1 2 1 2 check 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, I think we good. We good, huh? We good? Clear Visions podcast. I think we good. All right, let's do it. 2025 action, new moves, new waves, all of the good things. All right, here we go. What's up, Mr. Al Pete, man? The MPN Network, your cousin's favorite friend, all of the good things, man. Clear Visions podcast for the 2025. This is the new wave that we're doing right now. It's going to be in audio and it's going to be in video. So setting this new standard for myself and for the MPN Network, it just need to be video. We need to have that video component. If it's something that we just cannot have video component on, then, that's fine. But in situations like this and going forward with anyone and everybody that's around MPN, it has to be video. We just have to make the effort. So it took me about a week to get this together. And today I was just like, look, man, I'm just going to make this happen. I'm going to sit down. We're going to record this thing. However it looks, we're going to just work with the kinks because that's what we was doing for the past 5 years, just trying things out and just making things work. I want to send a shout out to my brother, Dedrick L. Hicks Jr. Miss you, brother. Love you, brother. Yeah, he's still with us. Don't think I do make that clear. He is still with us, but he's told me numerous times to just start a show where I'm just giving my opinion on certain things, and letting people know about the music and all the great things. So I've been holding off on this. I want to say about a great 3 years. 2 of those years I was trying to make sure that my camera was straight. And if you notice that I'm in a different location shooting this, so yeah, man, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna keep it moving. Focus, keeping it moving. All right. So with that being said, please make sure you follow me on all the socials, Mr. Alpete, MRALPETE, everywhere. I'm not on Twitter as much, but if you see me on there, I have a Mr. Alpete page and a Mr. Alpete MPN. So the one that I'm always on is Mr. Alpete MPN. We starting a Discord page. Not even starting it. It's in effect. So it's for the MPN Network. But my name on Discord is Mr. Alpete. YouTube, of course. Substack, Mr. Alpete. All the things. And MPN management for the network. All right. So make sure you follow those things to get your updates and all the great things. All right. So here we go. I have a couple of topics that I would like to talk about. I started writing these. The day that I'm recording this is the 29th of January, 2025. My notes that I wrote down, I started writing them on January 23rd, 2025. So it's a couple of topics that I want to talk about briefly, kind of in and out, because I really want y'all to kind of tell me in the comments what y'all think, or whatever you're listening. Leave a comment, send an email, or send a DM and all that good stuff just to see, to give y'all opinion on certain things, okay? All right. So the first thing that I wrote about the Joey Bada talk, Joey Bada recently released the song "The Ruler's Back" and then came back and said "Sorry, Not Sorry." Everybody's like, okay, he's taking a shot at the West Coast, but then on "Sorry, Not Sorry," he was taking a shot. They would say he was taking a shot at J. Cole. But the thing that really, really piqued my interest when it comes to Joey Bada. First off, I am a Joey Bada fan. I think he's great at what he does. But it was a comment on Threads. It was a thread about saying that they were saying that he's missing the it factor. I think they were. I want to say they referenced Big Sean as well. They were saying that they're good rappers, but they don't have the it factor. And it just piqued my interest to say, like, darn, like these people are like, I would say top tier rappers, and now all of a sudden it's all about the it factor, and it's just crazy how people are looking at the it factor for it to be the factor. So I don't know. It's just weird on that, but I don't know. I wrote down, I was like, hip hop is being so judgmental. And I feel like hip hop is definitely judgmental, man. one thing that I'm really concerned about is the whole ageism action. Like hip hop is really on the ageism action, and I can't stand it. I'm talking about like to the 10 power. I can't. It just bothers the living crap out of me, man. But I don't know. Let me know what y'all thoughts is on the Joey Badass situation. But I do feel like Joey Badass isn't the guy. The guy that he's not the typical hit pop factor or whatever. And maybe people are looking at it from his acting standpoint. They were saying everybody says his acting is great. So do you feel like they're comparing his acting to his hip hop, his rhyming? Not sure, but I do feel like the caliber of rapping that he does, it isn't popular. So that's why I feel like people are saying, "Oh, the it factor is the issue." So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. Interested to see what y'all say about that. All right, next topic. Want to let y'all know what books I'm reading. So I've been reading books. It's been more of the personal reading now because the past 2 years I just been reading books for school. And let me tell you something. Reading a book or two a book or two a week is draining, man. But learned a lot of stuff. But nevertheless, I have some fun recreational books that I have. So the first book that I'm reading is The High and Rising. High and Rising by Marcus J. Moore. It's a very good book by De La Soul. Just the interpretations and oh, sorry, y'all. Forgot I had these in here. Got these from my notes. But yeah, it's a book, man, about De La Soul and just talking about their upbringing and where they come from and how it relates to. It comes from Marcus J. Moore's perspective, like how he views De La Soul, but it's from a very, very journalistic and dope interpretation. So this book was getting De La Soul actually lashed out about this book being out, saying it was I want to say not good, but it's kind of unauthorized. But when you read the book, it's so inspiring, especially for my hip hop heads that grew up with De La Soul, that love what they stood for, being the cool, quirky kids on the block rapping, being totally different from what hip hop stood for in the 90s. I mean, you had the mafioso raps and you had the gangster raps and stuff like that. So for them to be the guys that had the peace signs and the tulips, the potholes in my lawn, coming from that era, which that's the era that I love. I love that, they would call it conscious hip hop. So conscious hip hop is like my favorite of all the subgenres. I love all of it, but the subgenre that I was just stuck with was like De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest. We would put Outkast in there, Jungle Brothers, maybe a little bit of KRS-One, Public Enemy, that type of thing. But these guys made it cool to be cool. Like it was cool to be from like a suburban area, middle class type action, and still be able to hold down a rhyme or two. So Marcus J. Moore did a very great job. I need to read his book, the Kendrick Lamar book, The Pimp a Butterfly, but his perspective on and his outlook on what he interpreted hip hop to be to him as well as to the community and to the culture is just very, very, very good. I'm still reading it. I'm halfway through, but my hip hop heads, y'all want to get this, check it out. Shouts out to my best friend Shirley for getting me this book for Christmas. So I'm diving into it. Second book that I have, The Spook Who Sat by the Door by Sam Greenlee. Man, I am still reading this book, and I didn't know that they have a movie for it, but I'm not going to watch the movie until I finish this book. But me reading this book is crazy. Crazy. I remember I started reading this book. It was, I was on a plane, and I started reading this book, and I'm talking about by the time I got off the plane, I was like, man, I'm about to get on some revolutionary action. And shouts out to Miss Carissa, I'm sorry. She got me this book and thought it was very knowledgeable for me to read it. So I'm very honored that she thought that I should read this book. I've heard a couple of people talk about this before, and it didn't dawn on me until we had a conversation about it, and then like a week later she had the book, and then like 2 weeks later I was jumping into it. So I still need to finish it, but what I've read so far is crazy. That second chapter, I was like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, I want to finish this up, man, and then I give y'all a war report on this. But for my people that have read this before, y'all already know what time it is. So this is the second book that I wrote that I'm reading. In my last book, Culturemaking, I read it a couple months ago, but I'm going back and kind of skimming through each type of section. I mean, there's sections within the chapter that I'm scanning through because just getting more wisdom on the culture making action. So I just want to make sure that that I pick up all the stuff that I've read. So and also this is by Houston White. I got this out of Target. And I got a couple of his clothing items, which I think is great. But I got a couple of his items at the store as well. So I love his work. So I love the clothing, and I read some of his work. But then I was like, let me just grab this book and see what the business is. So yeah, this is the third book that I kind of skimmed through. But the first two books, High and Rising by Marcus J. Moore, The Spook Who Sat by the Door, Sam Greenlee. So these are some books I recommend, and these are the books that I'm kind of reading. Not even kind of, I am in the midst of it. And speaking of Houston White, it's this whole DEI situation has been blowing up like crazy. I will speak on it more on certain situations and certain podcasts. So, but I've been watching it. I've been seeing y'all bashing my sister Tabitha Brown, and yeah, I don't like it. But at the same time, too, everybody got their own opinions, and it's like nobody can have an opinion these days. And it be like, okay, I respect your opinion. I don't agree with it. It's none of that. It's like you do one little thing and you out the door. Like I can be like, look, I ate turkey sausage today. 1,500 people online gonna be like, you are banned. We are not. We are. We banning you. Don't come back on this block. And I don't understand why it just can't be conversations on that. When in situations like this, we need to have these conversations. We need to have more intricate conversations. We need to have more intricate conversations because right now in the state that we're in right now, we need to be having some intricate conversations. And I stated this on Threads. I was saying that I wish we had a safe space that I can talk about a lot of these things because it's a lot of emotions going on right now. And there's a lot of heaviness that's on our brains and on our minds. And, when you have that heaviness on it, we kind of step into situations from an emotional standpoint. And granted, I am tapped into my emotional moves, but in situations like this, it need to be logical as all outdoors. It need to be logical as all outdoors. Like we need to have those moments where we had those conversations. And maybe it might be a situation where we just need to just change the word DEI and we can still use the same pillars, statements, all that, and it still had the same mission, but it just be worded differently. Or it might be an action that that we need to get this information out to everybody that's involved in these set situations where DEI is a prominent factor. So I said, with that being said, with Houston White, I made this thought because everybody want to ban Target, and I'm like, I'll just say my small opinion on it. I'm like, I don't want to ban. We can't ban. I mean, we can ban Target if we want to, but there are Black companies and businesses that are in those stores that we can still support. Like we can still go in Target, but we can just go and buy the stuff from the buy the Black stuff that's in there, right? Depending on what region, what part of the world you at, that's how that is. Because in Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida, I can go to Target right up the street, but then go to the other side of Target and it'd be total different stuff there. So it just depends on all that, how you patronize, all that stuff, right? And a lot of people say, go directly to the artist, right? Funny thing is, I went to Houston White's website, houstonwhite.co, and there was like shop the collection, shop for the beans, shop for the beauty products, all that stuff, right? Every time you click the button, it goes straight to Target. So collection, Target. Beans, Target. Everywhere you want to, like the book, Target. So everything is tied to Target. So in a situation like that, everybody's saying ban Target, but we go directly to the source. What do we do? Do you still not buy? We don't have Houston's number to call them and say, hey, buy this, da 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 da. You got to think about it too. A lot of the stuff is contractual. So it might be on a contract where they made a 5-year deal with them, a 2-year deal. I'm not sure, but I'm just kind of hypothetically speaking. But with that being said, I took some of y'all advice and went straight to the product, and it still took me back to Target. So in a situation like that, what do we do? I mean, y'all can let me know in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts, please. Would love to read it back on the next episode. We'll see. But I'm just gonna buy the stuff from Target. I mean, I like his stuff. I want to support it. Black man doing great black things. I'm supporting. If it goes to Target, it goes to Target. So, Mama called Clayton. I'm gonna call Clayton. So let me know what your thoughts are. All right. Let's see. So the last topic that I have is social media. So I'll just read some of my notes that I have on there. It says, I'm falling out of love with Xing Instagram. IG has always been this task to work. Only interactive when I post a dope picture of me in some shoes and clothes. Yeah, so all right. So I feel like I'm switching my social media action, right? So my old favorite social media was Twitter. Not X, but Twitter. It seemed like everybody was on Twitter, man, and it was just a glorious thing. I remember jumping on Twitter in 2009. I met some very great people on Twitter. Still have relationships with them and all of that. But the way that Twitter grew between 2010 and 2020 was just like this revolutionary type of move, as well as just, you had the Black Twitter and all that stuff. I used to love it, man, but then it just started deteriorating when it came to like the ownership or whatnot. And it started really when Elon Musk bought it. When he bought it, I was like, all right, this guy, people drive his cars, he can buy social media. I'm like, what does he know about the social media stuff? And then as soon as he bought it, the climate just went down. Like the pollution of the environment was just crazy how that happened. And so, yeah, I really started falling out of love with it. And then it was just other stuff that was coming around. I was just like, I can't take this no more. So that's when Threads came around, and then Threads has the same kind of feel, not even discoverability, but like the functionalities of it was similar to Twitter. So I was like, all right, cool. So now I am on Twitter. Now I'm on Threads. So you can follow me on Threads, Mr. Alpete. I be on there kicking it, like how I used to on Twitter. And then when it comes to Instagram was cool because it was like, it's more picture based, but I just feel like it's so much of a hassle to post on Instagram, like, especially when you want to promote. Like, if you want people to see it, it's like when I use my social medias to promote, like my content, my shows that I'm DJing at or podcast shows, I use it for that, right? But it'd be somewhat of a, interactions. But as soon as I post a picture of myself saying I'm fly or I got some fly shoes on, that's when the numbers go up. And I'm like, all right, cool, that's fine. I got everybody's attention, but listen to this podcast. And it'd be like crickets. I don't know. It's just weird, but it just seems like it's too much. And especially feels like too much when I'm on the MPN management Instagram. I don't know. I just feel like I kind of butchered it for the last half of 2024. So I just feel like it's all in shambles. So I got to get back in there and recover it. But nevertheless, you can follow it. I still have stuff on there, but Instagram and X I'm so whatever with it. And let me tell you something. Facebook, I don't even remember. I think last time I posted on Facebook was when I graduated, and that was December. So it's it's going on 2 months where I haven't fully did it. Now the Groove Suite is good on there, but I got to try to find a way to get Groove Suite off Facebook into like Discord or another location, because that's all the time I go on Facebook is to post in the Groove Suite. So yeah, let's see what else. What do I have? My favorite so far is Threads, YouTube. And let me tell you about the shift. The shift that I'm doing is I'm on Discord. So I'm in the process of developing the community over there. Really just taking the community that I have in the other spots and trying to get them over to that spot. So Discord, I've been blogging on Substack. Substack gives me like that Tumblr feeling, Tumblr back in the day. So I'm using Substack to kind of talk my thoughts through outside of me posting them on like Twitter or like Threads, have more thorough conversations. I might do some like peer review type actions. But at the same time too, I want to have a balance where I'm just kind of saying I like my ideas this way it comes from. My latest post that I did was about MPN radio, where I'm doing this rollout about MPN, the MPN Network, celebrating the 5 years that it's been around. So I'm doing like this thing. But subscribe on Substack, Mr. LP. So those are my favorite ones. Not sure why I downloaded Blue Sky, and I never heard of Red Note and TikTok. That's a whole different thing. So, and another thing too, like the fact that they just took TikTok away from us should be the pure testimony to get you a website or get you something where you can keep your IP and your domains and all that stuff, right? So I think that conversation needs to be had a lot more now, because they literally took TikTok away from y'all, because I don't be on it like that, but they literally took TikTok away. They like a snap of a finger, they took TikTok away from us. And then they came back and said something about President Trump, which I'm like, Jesus Christ, it got to be a better way. There got to be a better way about this. But they literally took TikTok away from us. And people been saying, especially to the content creators, businesses, like, get your stuff on another platform, or, find a way to get your IP to where it's in a better situation. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind. But nevertheless, I have no clue what Red Note is, and I do not know why I downloaded Blue Sky. I'm literally about to just take it off. So anyway, back to my favorites. It's Threads, YouTube, Discord, and Substack. Yeah. So let me know what your favorites are. Let me know where your community's at. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the bottom of the comments. Send whatever. I want to kind of read these things back and forth when y'all answer them. So yeah. With all that being said, this is Mr. LP. I am done with this Clear Visions podcast episode. I'm going to get back into this podding, man, and share my thoughts on some things, but I want to do the video action. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this one. It'll be many, many more to come. Please make sure you subscribe to all of the things that I got going on. Mr. Alpete on all the socials, MPN Management on the socials. You can go to MrAlpete.com. That's where you can get the podcast, the audio versions. The video version will be on there as well. Let's see what else. And you go to MPN-LLC.com and make sure you go there. Make sure you subscribe to the MPN YouTube page and all the great things. So, all right, y'all. Be good, man. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. If I did, I'll catch you back on the next go round. But be good to others and to yourselves, all right? To the top.